You moved abroad hoping life would finally feel slower. But when you actually get a quiet morning, you don't rest. You start fixing something. You reorganize the apartment, check your accounts, plan the next trip, research one more thing, respond to messages that could have waited. And suddenly, the peaceful life you moved for still feels full. For many Black women abroad, rest does not immediately feel peaceful. It feels exposed because productivity was never just about getting things done. Sometimes productivity was the thing that kept your body from feeling too much at once. I'm Tori Profit, a licensed therapist and creator of Soft Landing Circle, where I support Black women living and rebuilding abroad who are tired of being the strong one, holding everything together, and carrying entire lives on their own. Before I move on, I created a free one-page resource called 10 Things Nobody Tells You After Moving Abroad. It's for the woman who thought the hardest part would be the logistics, and then realized something deeper was shifting inside her. You can download it from the link below. And if you already know you need more than a resource, there's also a link below to book a soft landing call with me. Now, let's talk about why rest can feel uncomfortable after moving abroad and what your body may be protecting, what it quietly costs to keep filling that space, and one small way to practice unproductive quiet. One of the strangest parts of moving abroad is realizing that the life you asked for can still feel unfamiliar once you're inside of it. You might have wanted more ease, more space, more breathing room, more time that actually belongs to you. But when that space arrives, your body doesn't know what to do with it. The quiet starts looking like a problem to solve. A slow day turns into a list. A free afternoon becomes an opportunity to get ahead. A moment with nothing urgent becomes the exact moment your mind starts scanning for what needs to be handled. And not because you're doing anything wrong, but because stillness can feel strange when your body learned safety through motion. For years, productivity may have helped you feel in control. It gave you proof that you were responsible, prepared, useful, on top of things. It helped you move through systems that didn't always protect you. It helped you become the woman people trusted to figure it out. And when you move abroad, that pattern can come with you, even if the pace is different, even if the environment is calmer, even if your days have more room. Your body can still be living from the old instruction: don't get too still, don't let your guard down, don't stop long enough to feel what you've been outrunning. So the quiet turns into fixing. You sit down, and within minutes, you remember something that needs to be cleaned. You try to rest, and suddenly your mind says, I should be using this time better. You have a slower week, and instead of receiving it, you start questioning whether you're falling behind. You finally have a calmer life, but your body keeps treating calm like a setup. And that's the contradiction. You can be living somewhere that gives you more room and still feel braced inside the room. You can have less pressure around you and still carry pressure in your chest. You can be grateful for the life you chose and still feel uncomfortable when that life stops demanding so much from you. This is where rest becomes emotionally complicated. Because rest does not only ask you to stop doing, rest asks you to stop proving. It asks you to let the day exist without turning it into evidence that you're responsible enough, disciplined enough, prepared enough, or worthy enough to have chosen this life. And for a woman who has survived by staying capable, that can feel vulnerable, not dramatic and not obvious, just quietly uncomfortable. You sit in the silence and your body starts bracing. Your shoulders lift, your jaw tightens, your hand reaches for the phone. Your mind starts reaching for a task, not because the task is urgent, because the quiet feels unfamiliar. And unfamiliar can feel unsafe at first. The body may be protecting you from what spaciousness allows you to notice. When the calendar is full, you don't have to feel the loneliness as clearly. When there's always something to improve, you don't have to sit with the uncertainty of becoming someone new. When you are constantly managing, you don't have to admit how tired you are from being the one who manages everything. Busyness can postpone a lot. It can postpone grief. It can postpone homesickness. It can postpone the fear that you built a new life but still don't know how to fully land inside of it. It can postpone the question underneath the quiet. Who am I when I'm not producing, preparing, or holding something together? That question can feel tender after relocation because moving abroad often removes familiar structures. The old routines are different. The old roles may not fit the same way. The people who knew you in one version of your life may not be close enough to see who you're becoming now. And suddenly, there's more space to feel the parts of you that were covered up by responsibility. That is why rest can feel less like relief and more like exposure. Not because rest is dangerous, because your body is still learning that a calmer life doesn't require constant defense. And there is a quiet cost to never letting yourself receive the life you move toward. You can keep improving the life abroad without letting it touch you. You can keep making everything functional and still never feel held by what you created. You can turn every open space on your calendar into another project and miss the softness you came here for. The cost is not just exhaustion. The cost is that peace stays theoretical. It becomes something you're near, but never fully inside of. You keep living beside the life you wanted, managing it, optimizing it, protecting it, but not actually letting your body experience this is mine. I can be here. I don't have to fill every quiet place to be safe. So before we go any further, try one small pause. Not a full practice, not a performance. Just notice what happens when you don't immediately fix the moment. Let your shoulders drop just a little. Unclench your jaw if it feels tight. Let your hands be still for a few seconds. And ask yourself quietly, what am I trying not to feel by staying so busy right now? Don't force an answer and don't turn the question into analysis. Just notice the first honest thing that rises. Maybe it's fatigue. Maybe it's sadness. Maybe it's uncertainty. Maybe it's the discomfort of having nothing to prove for a moment. Let that be enough information. You're not trying to solve your whole life in this pause. You're simply letting your body learn that a quiet moment doesn't have to become a task. The old identity says, if I stay productive, I stay safe. If I keep planning, nothing can catch me off guard. If I keep improving, nobody can say I was careless. If I keep moving, I don't have to feel how much I've been carrying. That identity probably helped you survive some real things. It helped you move. It helped you adapt. It helped you navigate unfamiliar systems, make decisions, manage money, find housing, build routines, and keep going when nobody could see how much effort it required. So, this isn't about shaming the part of you that knows how to produce. That part has been useful, but it cannot be the only part of you allowed to lead. Because the woman who can actually receive her life abroad needs a different relationship with quiet. She doesn't have to abandon responsibility, and she doesn't have to become careless. She doesn't have to stop caring about her future. But she does begin to notice when productivity is no longer serving the moment. She begins to ask, am I doing this because it needs to be done, or am I doing this because stillness feels too exposed? That question matters because rest is not proof that you're losing control. Sometimes rest is the first place your body starts learning that control is not the same thing as safety. Here's the small practice I want to offer you. Sometime in the next 24 hours, choose 10 minutes of unproductive quiet. Not journaling, not planning, not listening to a podcast so the silence feels useful. 10 minutes where nothing gets improved or optimized. Go sit by a window. Drink something slowly. Let your phone stay face down. And let there be no outcome. When your mind says, I really should be doing something, answer it gently. I am doing something. I'm practicing being here. That's it. Not dramatic, not complicated. But for a body that has learned to stay safe through constant motion, 10 minutes of unproductive quiet can be a new kind of evidence. Evidence that you can pause without disappearing. Evidence that spaciousness does not have to be earned. Evidence that this life abroad is not only something to manage, it's something you are allowed to receive. This is one of the patterns we make room for inside Soft Landing Circle. Not by telling you to rest more, and not by pretending rest is simple when your body has been trained to stay ready. We look at the survival patterns that followed you into your new life: the need to keep producing, the discomfort with quiet, the way ease can feel unfamiliar even when you wanted it, the way you can build a life that looks freer from the outside while still feeling braced on the inside. Soft Landing Circle is a steady support space for women already living abroad who are tired of carrying everything alone and want a place to be witnessed, supported, and guided back to themselves. Because sometimes you don't need another productivity system. You need support while your body learns that safety can include stillness. You need people who understand that moving abroad is not only a logistical change, it is an identity change. And you need a place where you don't have to keep proving that you're okay in order to be met with care. If you know you didn't move abroad just to recreate the same urgency in a prettier location, your next step is below. Book a call with me. On that call, we'll look at what's been feeling heavy, what your body may still be carrying after moving abroad, and whether Soft Landing Circle is the right support for this season. And if you want a place to start first, download the free resource in the description. But if you know this is not just something you want to understand, it's something you're ready to be supported through, book the call because you are worthy of support and you do not have to keep doing this alone.